Hello, my name is Kikelomo Solomon-Ayeni, and I am doing this video to share with you how I got the Global Talent Endorsement in photography. I always get questions on, oh, Kike, how did you do it? I'm a photographer, what can I do? And I cannot respond to everybody at the pace at which I would like, so I thought to do this video, hoping you can get one or two clues from it. First disclaimer, the artwork behind me is not my work. It's just a beautiful piece that was gotten to decorate the room. If I'm looking away, just know that I'm trying to look at my points that I penned down so that I do not forget anything. First is to introduce me. I am Kikelomo Solomon-Ayeni. I am a photographer. I've been a photographer since 2009. I am a creative entrepreneur. Anything art, creative, you will always find me there. So question one is, what is the Global Talent Visa and Endorsement? So the Global Talent Visa is a visa pathway in the UK for people who are exceptional in certain fields. There's opportunity for people in research, opportunity for people in tech, and opportunity for people in the arts and culture space. And if you go to the gov.uk website, you'll find a lot of information about it. Now, for those of us in the art space, the Art Council is the endorsing body where you find enough information. And for the Arts Council, the listed fields that they accept, the type of art that they accept and would endorse, and the type of requirements they want. So the first thing for me was, I always like to look for opportunities in my field. And when I discovered the Global Talent Visa, I looked up the requirement. I saw that, okay, photography is there, and it's not just any photography, it's fine art photography. So I was able to establish that, okay, that's possible. Fine art photography, yes, box ticked. So what are the requirements? So I saw that, number one, an artistic CV is required, something that will show my professional achievements in my field, preferably in the last 3 to 5 years. Yeah, so artistic CV, number one. Then number two was that 3 letters of support are needed, which can also be referred to as letter of recommendation or reference letters. They are needed to just talk about me, what I've achieved, what I hope to contribute to the UK if I'm endorsed, and what I'm going to benefit if I'm endorsed. So that's what the 3 letters has to be. And one of the letters must be from a UK organization. Now, this is not just any organization that can endorse. It has to be a art or cultural organization that can endorse. I first needed to start looking for organizations that I've done things with, done arts related things with, and say, okay, which one of them can endorse. So I listed that separately. And then the third requirement is to provide not more than 10 evidences of 3 combined options, which is media recognition, award, or what's that third one, please? Yes, proof of appearances. Yes, so those 3, not more than 10 evidences. And I realized that out of the 3 things I listed here, if one does not have 1 out of the 3, but you have evidences in 2 categories, one can apply. So, but because I was still a bit confused, I was asking around. So I reached out to the organizations that could write for me, because I have done things with them. So I said, okay, do you know anybody who by chance you have written a letter for, or anybody who have gotten endorsed in the Global Talent Visa, who can guide me through? I just wanted to be sure that I understood the instructions clearly and that my evidences were tailored to the requirement. I wanted to be sure that I just had everything right, so that I do not get bounced back, or I do not make a mistake. And so one of my referees who said, I think I've written for someone a while back, let me find out if the person got endorsement. And then he did, and came back and said, the person got endorsement, and that I could reach out. So when I reached out to the person, so I'll just call him Jay now said, that he gave me 1 or 2 tips, but he said he's really too busy to and owed me in the journey, and if I was okay to work with the organization he worked with for consultation that just helped him in managing his process, looking at his documents, reviewing it, and advisory and all of that. And I was open to that because I just wanted to get everything right. So which was what I did. So he gave me the contact, which then I then reached out. And the truth is that that's one of the best things that happened to me because I feel like it helped me gain time. So I was clear. The requirement was broken down to me. The requirement, the way I explained it to you, was not the way I first understood it. I'm talking to you from the point of understanding. Initially, I did not understand it at first, and then so the consultant broke it down to me and explained to me, the requirement. Then he kept asking. So after breaking down the requirement, he said, "Do you have this? Do you have this? Have you done this?" So, and anything I said I had to show them. I had to show it. So I said, "Well, yes, I have this. This is it." So if I brought out anything based on what I understand, say no. Okay, you showed me three things. Now this and this can work, but this one looks like it can work. Now you can use this for this. You can use this for this, and so that was how. So first thing was I got a consultant. I'm just putting that out there, and then we started working on my evidences. Okay, so all the evidence. So I went to my hard drive and then went to all my emails and I brought out the things that I have done. And please note that your evidences have to be in the last 5 years. Your evidences have to be in the last 5 years. My first exhibition was 2011. So, so even though there were some exhibitions that I would like to put there that I exhibited in this big organization at this big art event, if it was not in the last 5 years, it was not useful. So, but at least I collated all the things I've done and then streamlined the ones that were recent within the 5 years that they were going to accept. So I feel like I'm rushing everything I'm saying. All right, so I think I'll try to talk slowly. All right. So after putting all my evidences together, they were able to narrow it down to which one were the best um 10 that I could use that fit into the evidences required. So remember, I did not submit an award. I just submitted art exhibitions and media reviews of my work. Now, I've had several media publications about me, but not all types of media publications about me were eligible. So so we read the requirement and we're sure that it was a review of my work that was needed and not just any media publication talking about me as a wearer or other things that I've done. So I put together my media publications that were a review of my work, put together my art exhibitions, and then I put together my artistic CV, and I got letters from organizations that I have done things with. So the organizations were specific in writing about the organization, about how they got to know me, about what we have done together, about what they think I will benefit. So they spoke with me to understand what I'm going to benefit and the contribution that I'm going to do if I am endorsed. That's always important. The caseworker want to see that. So even the organizations that wrote for me were clear in speaking with me to understand my contribution, and they were like, "Oh, this is a beautiful idea." So all those were stated in the letters clearly. If anything was missed in the letter was going to bounce back. So it was clearly stated, oh, my contribution, the ideas that I had, and I had, I think, like two or three ideas. Then even now I have more, but then I had like two ideas that were strong, that I believe I was going to contribute into the UK art space, which was clear. So it means that the letter was smart. It answered the questions that they wanted and the points they wanted to see clearly. All the points, nothing was missing. For the letter of the organization, there has to be a website. Of the organization had to have a website. So even I had other organizations, I have several organizations that could write for me, but not all of them qualified them because some of them their website was down, and if the website of the letter of the organization writing a letter of support is down, it would not fly. So I was able to get the three letters I needed, put all them together. Then my consultant arranged them, reviewed them. Consultant reviewed the documents again for me, and then I put in an application. And so the next question is, how long did it take So when I submitted and applied for the endorsement, it took 8 weeks. It was on the 8th week exactly that I got a response, and I got a response. I got endorsed at the first attempt. Thankfully, thanks to God. Truthfully, thanks to God, I was endorsed at the first attempt. And then the visa application took 3 weeks after biometrics. Yes, it took 3 weeks after biometrics. And that's that basically. So, and what are the benefits of being endorsed? You are free to practice your art in the UK, just expand globally. So, first thing is, I just tell people is that you want to go global, you want to go international. What is your own goal? Because it is your goal that determines if this opportunity fits into it. So if you don't know what you want and you then want to go for the global talent, it might be a bit difficult. You may have documentation problem or inability to explain your document because you're not clear on what you want to achieve. Or is this kind of endorsement and this kind of visa, will it boost my career in the arts? So that's the question. If you can answer it, what's your own goal? So for me, I was clear on what I want to achieve next in my life, in my career as a photographer. And thankfully, for since I've been endorsed, it's been beautiful because I've been free to do art the way that I like in the UK, and I've been happy to contribute to the British art space. So if you have any more questions, just let me know in the comments, and probably I'll be able to do another video on that. I hope I've been able to answer questions.